Hello everyone, welcome back to another Super Smash Bros Wii U video, and today we're gonna be playing some Super Smash Bros Wii U. But this video is gonna be a little bit different because I'm going to be giving you guys some basic pro tips. Now that sounds really stupid because it sounds like I'm trying to give you professional tips for Smash Bros, but it's like basic, so it sounds really weird. So I know it actually sounds really weird and everything, so I'm just going to get into some of my personal favorite tips to give you guys that you're gonna need for Smash Bros. And this game has a wide variety of characters, but I'm gonna use Mario because he is probably my best character, and also he will be very easy to explain how everything works. So there's a lot of things I need to explain, so I'm just gonna pick Battlefield. So first off, in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, there are some elements that are really confusing. So I'm going to be explaining to you guys some things that you're going to need to know. So first off, when you play Super Smash Bros, you're going to need to know about your character. So like, how does your character work? Like, what are the best moves to use when facing off against an opponent? Now for Mario, I picked him because he's a very balanced character. I feel he has no weaknesses and he also has no strengths, so you can't really punish Mario for the character he is. You can only punish him for doing stupid things like not shielding in the air. I don't really know what the real term for that is when you shield in the air, but let's just say like it's not an air dash. I don't even know what I'm saying. I sound like an idiot. But you're gonna need to know your character, and one thing about your character is how your character performs. So first off, Mario, as you can see, he's pretty quick on his feet. He can jump around, do all these cool attacks. It doesn't really. Okay, I don't even know what I just did there. I don't even know. But Mario is like I said, he's a very balanced character. So the other thing you're going to need to know is about your character's recovery, because sometimes people want to kill you in Smash. They're gonna kill you either from the top and like just keep attacking you and then launch you upwards, launch you to the side, or launch you downwards. Now if they launch you to the side or downwards, you're gonna need to make sure that you know how to recover. As you can see, DK, I just spiked him and he wasn't able to recover, so he was able to be punished like that. Now I'm gonna put him to attack me, even though he's a level 3 and he'll probably barely have any hits on me. I just want to show you that Mario is the type of character that does have a good recovery, and he's able to recover. So if I just jumped off the stage and I want to get back, okay, that was a little bit too far, but Mario, he's able to recover, and he has a good distance to recover from. So if you had your double jump, you can. Okay, that was a horrible explanation. But you'll be able to have some area to recover, and if you fall off the stage, you have to make sure how far can your character go. Now Mario over here, he can't go really far, but he can go like a decent amount of distance. So it's like, oh, if you need to get back like a regular way, he'll be able to get back. And for DK, sadly for him, he won't be able to recover very quickly. Now the other thing you're going to need to know about your character. So we got the recovery done. Just gotta practice with your character. See, oh, how am I able to recover? And also, don't make yourself too punishable when you're recovering. So like for Battlefield, just like recover into the actual stage like this, so that you can kind of grab the ledge. Because sometimes I recover and then you see I'm on the stage now. And what if I want to recover and then grab the ledge, and so that I'm not like, oh yeah, I just did my up B and now I'm punishable. I don't want to be like that, so I may want to grab the ledge. That'll be a good idea to do. And also, sometimes when you do stuff in Smash, like just right there where I try to do my back aerial to DK, I missed. That could punish me. But since Mario has a good recovery and I still had my double jump, I was able to make it back. So we got the recovery done. Now the other thing is you're gonna need to know about your character as overall stats, as I just said, about like how fast is your character, is your character like strong or weak. And some characters are lightweights. Like for example, we have Captain Falcon and Fox who are fast fallers, which means when you're in the air and you press down, they fall down really quickly. They fall down really fast. But Mario, he's like a little bit in the middle. He doesn't really fall down too fast. He falls down pretty quick, but not like anything too crazy. And also lightweight characters like Mewtwo, and who else is a lightweight character? Mewtwo's definitely a lightweight character, and he can like die easily. Jigglypuff is also a lightweight character. I think Pikachu and Kirby are lightweight characters, so you have to know about that. And also, as you can see, like for Mario, for his up B, when you do it the wrong way, it's gonna be very hard for you to get back to the stage if your direction is the opposite way. And I just disrespected DK by footstilling him. So for Mario, I guess what you can do is if you're facing this way and you're trying to recover, maybe you can just do a side B and then up B. Sometimes I don't think the side B really, the side B doesn't even make you fall down that much. So if you want to face the other way and then do your up B, like see right there, I couldn't make it if I faced the other way. So if I'm facing the opposite way for Mario, I can just side B and then recover like that. And also Mario, if you're facing this one, you press up B and you aim it the opposite direction. You can actually do it the other way. It's really hard to aim like that. You can do that. So you can do that in a sense, yeah, just like that. So you don't have to do side B, but I'm just saying like stuff like that. And also some characters like Captain Falcon. Captain Falcon isn't really a character that moves, that can recover to the stage when he gets launched sideways. So if you're trying to recover sideways, Captain Falcon and Fox are going to be really hard to recover sideways. Like Fox's aerial game when moving to the side is actually kind of hard to work with, I notice. So you have to be careful about that. See what works for your characters. And as you can see, DK was able to recover because he didn't go far enough when I meteored him. And also you can there's also another thing you can do is when you grab the ledge, if you press down and jump and up B really quickly, you can do your up B but not grab the ledge. And then this is, let me show you right now. Come here DK, come over here. Alright, just gotta wait for him to come over here. Yeah, so you can do something like that, and that's pretty cool. And also when you grab the ledge, as you can see Mario's flashing. I'll do it again, like I have to touch the ground. And you see Mario's flashing, he has invincibility frames when he grabs the ledge, but then when you grab the ledge again without touching the ground, you don't have invincibility frames. And some characters like Mario, who sticks up his head a little bit over the stage, will be able to what's it called? He'll be able to get attacked. And there I hit DK. I didn't spike him, but he went pretty far. And also Mario, and see DK's up B is really good for him to recover sideways instead of vertically, so he can do horizontal recover, not much vertical. Mario can do a little bit of both. He can do vertical and he can definitely do horizontal because his up B can like go all the way up, or it can go like sideways in an upwards position. So that's pretty freaking awesome. And also you have to also be careful about some of your attacks that you do, because some attacks when you hit the ground after doing them, you'll have like a frame where you can't move. So watch this, like let me make him stop attacking me so I can show you. So like when I hit the ground, let's say I hold shield, right? So as you can see, when I shield in the air, that makes me stop moving for a second. I can't do anything. But if I just jump regularly and touch the ground with my shield, as you can see, I'm able to do it easily. So for when shielding in the air, you should do it where you're not really close to the ground, like that kind of. No. Okay, that looks good. So like just shield like right here. No. Yeah, just like it's kind of hard. You have to like perfectly time when you shield, because like when your opponent attacks you, you're gonna want to shield in the air. But also when you shield and you touch the ground, you don't want to do something like this. Okay, that's actually perfectly fine. You don't want to shield in the air and then touch the ground and then not being able to move. And it's the same thing for attacks. Like Mario's side aerial is actually kind of hard to. It takes like a second to come out, and also he'll have like a couple freeze frames on the ground where he can't do anything. Same thing for shield. So you want to be careful about that. Like as you can see, I'm holding the shield button to see when I'm able to move again, and it takes a while. And also remember, you can also spot dodge when you hold shield and press down. So if your opponent is trying to attack you, you can just shield down. You can just do a shield like this, and it won't affect your shield. And also, if you hold the shield button and slightly tilt the analog stick, you'll be able to move your shield around. And if your shield does break, move the analog stick around, and that'll help you get out of dizziness really quickly. So you see how fast that got me out of dizziness. So let me do it again, and this time I'm not gonna hold. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna press the analog stick. And look how long it takes for me to get out of the dizziness. See, it takes like much longer when you're dizzy. You don't do anything. But when I move the analog stick around, let's keep moving it. I get out a little bit faster, and it works out for some other ways. Like if you're like dizzied or something, or if someone grabs you, you can just, if you just shake the analog stick, you'll be able to get out of the position really quickly. And also for grabbing, if I were you, some characters like Mario, his grab and attack is actually kind of slow, and you won't be able to get out much. So if I were you, if you're gonna grab, just like maybe do one grab attack and then just throw with your opponent, because if you grab and you're just like, you know what, let me just keep grab and attack him like this, then your opponent's gonna get out, like just like that. DK got out and I was able to throw him. So if you do like one or two and then you do your little attack, then you'll be able to get that throw out. The other thing is you need to know about your character size. So as you can see, DK is much bigger than Mario, and that also means that DK is a big hitbox. So I'm able to attack him very easily because he's very big, and Mario's smaller, so he'll be a little bit harder to attack. And Jigglypuff and Kirby are also very small, and they're also lightweight, as I just said, so they can be able to die easily. And also some characters are floaty, like Jigglypuff and Kirby. Mario's not floaty, he's just like regular, really. So yeah, I'm just like observing how DK was able to recover. So yeah, DK can recover horizontally, and Mario can do a little bit horizontal and a little bit verticals. But like DK can't really do vertical that well, and he can do horizontal much better. And he can do horizontal recover much better than Mario, because his up B is like a horizontal type of recover. So another cool tip you can do is this thing I just mentioned before, which is a footstool. So what happens when you footstool is you jump on top of the other character, and you keep pressing the jump button. Now this is really good to do in the air, because when you footstool your enemy in the air, they'll go tumbling down. So let me just do an attack. Actually, yeah, see, as you can see right there, when I footstooled DK, he went tumbling down, and when you tumble downwards, you won't be able to move. And this is also really good to do, to tumble, for your enemy to tumble, because if they're trying to recover, they won't be able to move, and then they can die. So that could be beneficial to you. And also sometimes when I try to do a footstool, it's not here. Sometimes I like jump really high, but I don't actually do the tumbling. They don't do the tumbling animation. I just did it before, but yeah, just like that. It's probably when I do an attack is when you can do like a footstool also, but that's the footstool tumbling animation. And then when they do an attack, you can do a footstool and then jump really high, but not make them tumble, probably because they're doing an attack. I never heard the actual term for that, but I've never seen that, but I did notice it before. And then another thing that you need to know also is about spiking. Now spiking, or a meteor attack, is when you hit your opponent and they go downwards. And when they go downwards, they go really far and really fast downwards. So I need DK. Actually, let me just make him jump so it's easier. Okay, so this is what a spike is. Like for Mario, his spike is his side aerial. DK has like 3 different spikes. And also Mario's spike is actually kind of hard to time, so okay, so that wasn't really a good spike. Yeah, like it's kind of hard to time because sometimes you'll hit your opponent and do a regular attack instead of actually meteoring them. Okay, I'm just messing up. Yeah, see, it's really hard to do, but once you get it, they'll go flying downwards. And also, you want to be careful. Okay, so see, Donkey Kong went downwards, and that was not what I was supposed to do. Okay, let me try again. Okay, so I'm messing up really badly, but when you get spiked, you will fall down, and also if you spike someone at low percent, they won't really go that far downwards, so you have to be careful about that also. So let's just keep attacking DK to build up his damage. Okay, let's just throw him out so I can see if I can spike him or not. So that's the spike, and see DK was able to recover, but he couldn't actually get up. So you have to be careful about that. I just noticed that Mario's down aerial has a new animation that looks pretty cool. Okay, he can stop jumping now. So that's actually that's pretty cool. And also sometimes if you attack your opponent and you knock them off a platform, they'll do the tumbling animation I was talking about. And I seen this in a video. Like you just hit them, they tumble, and then you can do another attack, and that could be good for a combo. And then another thing that you're gonna need to know is about your enemy's percent, because as you know, this is, let's say, look, this is fully charged Smash, the low percent, and then like, you know, the higher percent he has, the more he'll get launched. So that also leads into combos. Like the more percent your enemy has, then the more knockback they will get. And you need to be wary about that, because when your enemy has a lot of percent, they'll be flying off more. So like for example, DK has low percent right now, so I can do this up tilt combo. Okay, he jumped out, so I can like knock him down, and then no, this is actually really hard to do that. But now he's at a high percent, so let me just show you. Okay, hold on, just recover. Okay, so look, so you can do this up tilt combo where you keep pressing up tilt, up tilt, up tilt, and then you can do an attack. And then as you can see, DK's at high percent now. Okay, now he's at really high percent. And if I do, I don't know, if I do up tilt again, I won't be able to do the up tilt combo, because as you can see, he flies off and he'll be able to DI away, which means directional input. He'll be able to move away from me. So you should make up combos for low percents, and then make up more combos for high percents. Okay, so yeah, that was the footstool. I guess when your enemy's doing an attack, you don't actually make them tumble unless they're not doing an attack. So that's pretty cool. So and so also if I were you, I wouldn't spike an enemy on the ground, or actually you could do that, because then they'll fall. And okay, yeah, that's actually a good idea to spike them on the ground, so that you'll be able to continuously do an attack and not let them actually hit the ground. And also you can play a game of ledge guarding. Oh, okay, the fireball actually absorbed through him. You can also play a little game of ledge guarding, and you can just guard. Okay, that wasn't actually ledge guarding, but ledge guarding is when you guard a ledge and you don't let your enemy get back on the platform. So I'll show you what I mean. Let me just get DK out here. Just rack up some damage. Okay, so he's on the ledge right here, and what ledge guarding is where you don't let him get back on the ledge, so you can throw him off and just like attack. Okay, I meant to do it backwards. Okay, here we go. So you can like just keep kicking him off, and so all you're gonna want to do is just keep them off the ledge and do like anything you can to not let them recover. And sometimes this can mess them up, because if they do their double jump already, then all they can do is recover, and then you can also kill them by doing that. So another technique you can do is this thing called attack. And what attack is when you're in a tumbling animation, and then you press the shield button when you hit the ground. Now I'm really hoping that DK will attack me and like make me fall down. Okay, he's being really dumb right now. Come on. Attack. Alright, this is actually really weird. So like if you get attacked and then you press the shield button on the ground like that. Okay, so I was tumbling and I pressed shield on the ground, and then I just did attack. Okay, let's see if he'll do that again. And also if you attack, okay, so if you attack and you aim in a direction, you'll be able to attack in a specific direction. So I just attack, so I wanted to attack me in the air. Alright, hit me. Alright, I guess he only doesn't actually want to attack. So another thing that you should also know, so yeah, the attacking really helps, because what you could do is you can actually like shield in the air or like jump again, But if I were you, I would just wait until you tumble to the ground and then tech, so that you kind of like it's like you're falling down, tumbling, and then you just shield dash. That's really what it is, and that's much easier to do, because if you do a shield in the air and then you hit the ground, you're not able to do anything like this. You'll be vulnerable to being attacked, and you don't want that to happen. Okay, so like as you can see, I just hit DK again, and he was tumbling. So he's in the tumbling animation, and he wasn't able to do anything about it. That's a pretty professional tip to do. And then as you can see, like the higher damage they have, the harder it is to do it. Okay, DK was stupid enough to do his up in the air. And that's another thing, you should also be careful when you do some of your specials in the air, because some specials will leave you vulnerable. Well, let me show you. Like, if I do Mario's up B in the air, as you can see, I can't do any other attack. I can just only fall down. And some other characters' attacks leave them vulnerable in the air. Like Mario, his up B only leaves him vulnerable in the air. No other attack leaves him vulnerable. And also for Mario, you could also do his down B to keep opponents away, and then you can just spike him like that, even though that wasn't a spike. And it looks kind of weird actually when you do like a jump. Alright, hold on, I don't know why it's not working. Yeah, that looks kind of weird, but it's kind of funny. So yeah, it's another thing you should do is like spike your opponents into the ground, because sometimes you can make them tumble, and then you can be able to have some free attacks. And also, if you play on a stage with a platform, you should also like knock them off. Okay, so at high percent, it's actually really hard to do, because they're at high percent and they'll be able to get knocked back really far. Alright, just DK, just stand on the platform. Just stand on the platform. So like I can knock. Yeah, so at high percent, it's much harder to use. So you can do it at low percents, and then they'll just tumble, and then, alright, it's actually really, yeah, it's really hard to do, because if they are able to recover, they'll have the invincibility frame of recovering, so you have to be careful. So yeah, DK just tumbles right there. I can do that again, and then get a free attack in. So all you gotta do is make up combos for your characters, and you gotta know which attacks do allow knockback. Like as you can see, if I do my down tilt, it doesn't really knock him back that far, and side tilt don't really knock him back. If I do my smash attack, that launches him. So you can probably do a little bit like tilt attacks. I like to do Mario's back air for combos, and I think his back air is much easier to do and able to like perform for combos at mid percents like this. Yeah, because then then your opponent gets launched. He doesn't get launched too far, and he doesn't get, yeah, see, so high percents, like about like 90 to 100, he gets launched pretty far, but like mid percents, like if you have low percent, you try to do it, he barely gets launched, and he just tumbled right there. And also, okay, so for the tumbling thing, you can do your A attack, your triple A combo, as I like to call it. So yeah, mid percents for some attacks like Mario's back air is really good. Okay, so yeah, so you can also punish your enemies for doing things like their up B, like I said. And then here's some more ledge guarding. So sometimes your opponents will be smart. Like I know a lot of my friends are smart, and what they do is when they recover, sometimes they recover by going under a stage and going up here, so I won't be able to punish. But two things. One, another important factor about that is that you can also do this really cool feature. I don't really know exactly the exact term for it, but what happens is you hit your opponent, and like for Battlefield, this is a perfect stage to do so, and you hit your opponent and you make them ricochet off the stage, and it's really cool. So let me see if I can do that. So I made DK tumble. Okay, it's gonna be really hard since he's a computer player. Alright, so you want to build up their, so if you want to do the little ricochet thing, you're gonna have to make sure that they have like good percent. And another factor you want to make sure you know about is like what stage you're picking, because stages can also affect characters. Because like a stage with a long what's it called? Like the horizontal area is really big, and characters like Captain Falcon won't really do well because he's not a horizontal recoverer, he's a vertical recover type of guy. Alright, so I think DK had enough pain for one night. All you gotta do is just get him down that ledge. Alright, so it's actually really hard. This is gonna be kind of hard to do for me. Alright, let me see if he'll be smart enough. Alright. Yeah, it's really hard because he's not falling downwards. And of course I missed the footstool. Alright, let me just try something, hold on. Alright, so I just picked a different stage. So as you can see, so you see these things right here, these triangles. If you hit your opponent into them, they can also mimic the bottom of the stage right here. Okay, I'm such an idiot. So you could also, like I said, just mimic the bottom of the stage. So if you hit your opponent, see, they ricochet off the stage, and that's good for the bottom of the stage, for like a battlefield, because then you can ricochet them off the stage, and then they'll just fall to their death. So that's an important factor. Another important factor that you can learn about is about ledges. So first off, there are multiple ways to approach when on a ledge. You can either do a get up, a jump get up, the get up attack, or you can just go down and then do an up B or something like that, like I did. So also sometimes people will like charge up their smash attack and then expect you to come to do a get up roll, because that's another thing you can do, a get up roll, and then they'll expect you to do a get up roll and then attack you, and then boom, you're dead or something like that. And also like you also lose your invincibility frames after a short period of time, so you have to be careful about that also. As you can see, I hit villager and he's ricocheting off those triangle pieces I was telling you about, which could mimic the platforms in Battlefield, like on the bottom. So yeah, it's something like that. So really that's all. So really that is really just about it. So let me just recap. All you gotta do is you just gotta know your character. You gotta know who you're playing as and how they are. Like, are they fast? Are they strong? Are they defensive? What are their weaknesses? Can they recover horizontally or vertically? And then also you have to know about the character's attack. Like Mario's side aerial could be punishable because it like charges up to do a spike, and then you can miss at the wrong time and then get punished for it. So you have to be careful about that. And then you gotta know the stage you're picking. See, okay, does this stage work for my character, or hope that you get that stage gets picked. And then all you gotta do is just remember or make up some combos for low percents, high percents, and medium percents to do specific attacks. For like Mario's back aerial is perfect for medium what's it called, medium percents, because then like for villager over here, it's kind of medium percent. I'm able to constantly attack him because he's at a medium percent. And if you're playing on a stage with platforms, which I pretty much recommend for some characters, try doing the trick I told you, where at like low to medium percents you do a tilt attack, and then you're able to make them tumble down, then you can do an extra attack. So try that, and then all you gotta do is just make up some combos for your character, see what works, see what doesn't, and then make sure, like I said, to know about your character's their strengths and weaknesses, and make sure to avoid weaknesses at all costs. And if you can use your strengths against other players, then you can definitely use that, especially for any specific characters. So I hope you guys enjoy, and if I miss any type of other professional tips, then just tell me and I can make a second type of video on this. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys next time, and I want to end this off with an epic spike, because you know spikes are amazing, right? Okay, no. So he missed his tech, and also I'm on him because sometimes I watch these funny videos where someone gets hit by the edge corner like that, and then the like text that says you missed your tech or something like that. So I guess if you get hit, you can actually let me see. So I want him to attack me upwards. So come on, hit me. Okay. So yeah, I just got hit and I got tumbled. So alright, any day villager, just So you can like do a jump again, or you can press the shield button near the ground to tech. Okay, so he just keeps, he's not really doing anything. So okay, hit me. I want to see if you can like actually do a tech on the platform. Alright, he's not doing anything, of course. So yeah, see, you just press the shield button at the right time, and you gotta remember when the right time is. You gotta always practice. So remember, practice makes perfect. And another thing is also, when you play with your friends, it'll be super easy to play with them because if you play with them a lot, you'll understand their play style, and that can also help you in a way. Because if you play like online with random people, it'll be more difficult for you because you never played with them before. But if you know how you like your friends, or if you do know like someone you're playing with online and you know how they play Smash, then it'll be easier for you because you know their play style and you know how to, and you also have to look for ways to punish people. Like see right there, I just did my down A, and then I wasn't able to do anything. Okay, so if you want to test out what works, just like try doing attacks or something, and then hold the shield button, and then see when it comes out. So you can see it didn't come out really quickly. But when Mario falls down, he doesn't really have so much. He doesn't have a lot of lag time, but any like just like 1 second of lag time could just completely screw you up. And also, I'm not 100% sure. Like I have to like see how I died from that because my double jump didn't come out. Because I know that when you run off the ledge, you don't have a double jump. So you have to be careful about that also. Because if you run off the ledge, you do have a double jump. But if you, what did I just do? Okay, so yeah, when you jump off the ledge, you'll have a double jump. I wonder if in the cannon you can, yeah. So you only have the double jump and you can't do the single jump. Let's see if you can tech this. Okay, so yeah, you can still tech being in a cannon. So like as you can see in the cannon, like you tumble downwards and you're laying down. But in a cannon, if you press the shield button, you can tech yourself. Yeah, okay, I never knew. That's actually pretty cool. And then, yeah, you can tech yourself another way. Let's try that. Alright, so I tech to the side. Let's see if I can. Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool actually. So yeah, that's really just about it. I feel like I missed some things, but you guys tell me what I missed and tell me what I should go over more, and I can make another video about more things you can do, or if you want me to go more in depth about something, just tell me. So remember to use these ways, and also if your opponents try to combo you, make sure that you try your best to like input your way away from their combo, so you can like, they're attacking you and they're on the right, just like try going to the left or try jumping out of it. But also like if you get attacked, don't like do your up B. That can be really punishable. Like you want to make sure that whatever you do, it doesn't really punish you. You don't want to punish yourself, because like one mistake could lead you to your death, and you don't want to do that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.